Hello, hello, and welcome. I want to welcome everybody who is catching this on the replay, as well as everyone who will be joining the live stream. We are going live right now on 9/9 during the 9/9 portal, tapping into these energies. It has been a little bit of a journey getting on here today. I am back on my phone again because my laptop kept kicking me off. It would not allow me to begin this live stream. Many of you may have noticed also I attempted to upload this video, or a video that I had recorded that apparently doesn't exist, on the first half of September energies. I called it Blue Moon to New Moon. Also getting into the energies of the 9/9 portal a little more deeply. And that video just never recorded, so I uploaded the wrong video. So I apologize for that. I made a post about it afterwards. Luckily, a few of you commented and let me know that that was an old video that had been uploaded there. And so I just got rid of that. But it's been interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure if there was some sort of interference here or what exactly has been going on. If it's just Mercury retrograde, I've sent through some clearing and cleansing energies, called upon my beautiful benevolent team, my benevolent collective of dragons. And we're going to be talking about the dragon energy a little bit today as well, because the dragons are... the energy of the dragons has just been coming through in so many different ways. They're really reaching out to us, wanting to connect with us, wanting to work with us. And so we'll probably talk about that and a couple other things before we get into the cards here. Hello, McKenna. Hello, Pippi. Hello, Stanley. Welcome. Everybody, as you hop on, go ahead and hop in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, lots of powerful, potent energies going on right now, you guys. This is so beautiful, this 9/9 portal. This is an energy. If you guys didn't watch, we already did one live stream talking about the energies of the 9/9. And so if you didn't catch that, I definitely recommend that you check that out. This is sort of a continuation and a tapping into these energies. Hello, Diane. This energy, hello, Gangster Enlightenment, Omnis Gangster Enlightenment. I think... Are you on here often? Did you change your username, or are you new to us? Either way, welcome. What did I want to say here as we're sort of kicking this off? Yeah, we're working with this energy as we're working with the 9 energy. It is an energy of closeouts, of karmic closure. So things coming up for really a really powerful, deep, I feel like a final closing for some things and some energies. And so we had talked in the last live stream about how some people may be noticing the things that they really thought they had closed out are coming back up again to be revisited. And we had talked about how there is 9 is a number of mastery as well. It is the Trinity tripled, right? 3 times 3 equals 9, the mind, body, spirit, which is an energy that we really work with when we're working with Virgo energy, the energy of the mind, the body, and the spirit, and the balancing of this. And so it's one particular area for a lot of us that is going through a transformation, and we're really stepping into our mastery around them. For some people, it's multiple, right? But we're looking at the mind, the body, the spirit, right? The mental, the emotional, the physical, so many different ways that we can perceive that trinity of energy here, and the ways that we are working with and perfecting that energy within ourselves. All right. Okay. Oh, Wolf Mother. Okay. It's great to see you, Carol. I like that. So using your true name. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Hello, Lisa. Welcome. So yeah, really working with and tapping into these energies also of purification. The 9/9 portal, I call it the portal of purification because there is that beautiful energy streaming in, assisting us, especially after all of the high intensity energies that we receive, the activations, the initiations through the Lion's Gate. The 9/9 is like a beautiful cleansing balm that just really balm in the gentle way, not in the explosive way, right? That soothes us, that brings through a more gentle kind of like a filtering process. Filtering out is kind of the energy of sort of like the way that I'm feeling it. And we're all, of course, going to experience this energy differently. There is a deep emotional aspect to it. This energy really got opened up, the vortex of this energy, with that powerful blue moon in Pisces. And if you did not check out the super moon, the full blue moon in Pisces video, please, please do. We're still within the energy of that. We really move, we feel it within 3 days, right? The day before, the day of, and the day after the full and new moon is when the energy is the most potent, that 3 energy again, right? But all the way through until the next, so like full moon to new moon and then new moon to full moon, we feel for that 2-week period, we're still within the energies of this. And it really did a lot to open up the energies. Like the portals are very connected with the moons. The full and new moons are portals within themselves, right? So really opening up this powerful quantum healing energy that we're still moving through. So it is a very emotional time for many people, but it is a very cathartic time and very, very healing if we allow ourselves to open up to and embrace whatever it is that's showing up for us that wants to be healed. All right, if we embrace that without judgment and understanding that many times this is like a final kind of push through these energies. And I don't even like using the word push, because push kind of, the energy of push is like a forcing, right? And we're not forcing anything, we're surrendering, we're allowing. It's really helping us to work with and understand and cultivate that energy of surrender. There were a couple things that I wanted to mention, and I am going to be posting more about them, but I wanted to kind of like get a couple things out there into the ether before we start this video here, which I enjoy doing when we get together for these live streams. Hello, Galactic Elf. Wonderful to see our favorite elf on here. Aloha. How are things going out your way right now, Galactic Elf? Sending, of course, waves of healing constantly to Maui, to Hawaii, to that entire area of the world that is currently under attack, right? Hello, Evelyn, beautiful. Hello, Neslihan. Neslihan? That's a beautiful name. Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Omnist, last year, yeah. Yes. Oh, beautiful, beautiful name there. One of the things, and I'm going to be, from Turkey. Oh, beautiful. Welcome. Welcome. I love hearing where people are all over the world. It's so amazing that we're able to connect like this with each other all around the globe. Hello, Krista. What is going on, my fellow goddess, my fellow high priestess? Let's see. Locals in the fire situation. It's a bit of a mess. Well, sending some healing energy to you in all regards, the mental, the physical, the emotional. I almost feel the hip connected to the divine feminine energies, the sacral energies. Interestingly enough. Oh, wow. Powerful molecular medicine. All right, then. Well, thank you for bringing light into the world of Western medicine and all of that. That is an area that could certainly use some brilliant minds working in a beneficial and a positively polarized direction where that's concerned. So thank you for that and all that you do there, Neslahan. So getting into the things I wanted to talk about. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was something, and I'm going to be sharing part of an aura regression that I just did with a beautiful client of mine. And she brought through a lot of information around the water and using the water to heal. And all of the beautiful, and I love this as we're talking about the feminine as well. The energy of the divine feminine, right? Because water is beautiful, that beautiful feminine energy. And really all of creation was born out of the sacred waters, the sacred womb of creation. So water, the first element, very, very important, very powerful. This energy of water and all the ways that we can use it to heal. And one of the things that came through in that transmission was about really, really focusing our intent with the water that we bathe in, the water that we drink from, any of the water that we encounter as we're moving through our day, setting that intent to crystallize that water, to activate it, right, to bring life to it, to really, to borrow from words from the other aura regression that I shared. If anyone hasn't seen that yet, very powerful. It talks about how to positively polarize your technology by restoring the divine blueprint within all of the crystals and the organic materials within your technology, how we can use this not only in our personal technology, but as a way to positively polarize even the negative technologies by restoring the organic blueprint within the technologies that are being used on this planet, and also restoring the organic blueprint of any stolen organic materials that are being used for nefarious purposes throughout the galaxy. So really powerful, that aura regression, if you guys haven't seen it yet. And this one, she was talking about the energy of, essentially it's the same kind of idea is as we're talking about this, I'm feeling is restoring the organic blueprint of the water, and really programming the water in a sense, or tapping into the energy, I guess, and the programs that already exist within it, the healing that exists within it, the wisdom that exists within it. And so setting those intentions with every glass of water that you drink. Like, for instance, when I was setting intentions with my water before this live stream, I have 2 water bottles going here because I drink a lot of water. Water connects us to our infinite consciousness. It helps to clear us and cleanse us. There's so much that water does. It's so powerful and so important. I set intentions not only for healing, to receive the healing codes from the water, and of course to activate it, to bring it back to life, so to speak, because a lot of the water that we drink is essentially dead. And so from all the filtration, all of the things they add to it, all the things that we do. So we really have to restore the energy, the potency to it. And once we've restored that life force, there's so much that water can do for us, right? It is essential in this ascension process. 3 things that are essential: sunlight, water, and oxygen. Okay? Without these 3 things, our bodies cannot go about any of the processes that they need to do in order for us to ascend. All right. So incredibly important. So working with the energy of the water, working with the energy of the sun, and of course the breath, right? Another connection, right? The breath is our elemental connection to the air element and to life force in that manner. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So I programmed my water, of course, for the healing benefits, and also to connect me to the higher consciousness and my higher consciousness, so that we can bring through the information that wants to come through for us today. Oh wow, Evelyn, the Water Temple Oracle. I love that. How perfect is that? Oh, and thank you so much, Neslahan. Thank you so much. I love that. Yes, put hearts, right? Love on your water. Exactly. We can. One thing that I've been meaning to do is on my water jug to place like the Metatron's cube and some sacred geometry and stuff like that as well. And we can, of course, set those intentions to activate the sacred geometries within the water. And then, of course, as we know, all the water crystals within our body respond to this. And we can work just the same way with the water crystals in our own body, not necessarily even with drinking water, which we're doing all day anyway, but also just setting that intention in meditation to connect with the water crystals within our body, and just program them and set intentions with them the same way we do with the water that we're drinking. Okay, intentions for our healing, intentions for our clearing, intentions with connecting us with the divine wisdom. All right, with our higher consciousness, with the collective consciousness, in a way that is, of course, beneficial and for our highest good. All right, so really powerful stuff that we can do. And this is going to be really powerful as we're moving through these 9/9 portal energies. So Spirit wants us to really be working with this today. This energy of working with the water crystals in our body, and the water that we're drinking, the water that we're bathing in, when we take salt baths, when we go out into natural running water, right? We want like water that is fluid, right? Rivers. Water that is spring-fed, waterfalls, like the energy where the water is moving, of course, not stagnant water. Stagnant water, though, would appreciate us finding it when we approach it, when we see it, to activate it as well. All right, because after a while of sitting still, water does get that kind of, you know, guys know what I mean when I say like stagnant water. But that water is still very much alive. And if we can set that intention to reactivate it and to bring new life to it, that water would really appreciate it as well. As we're moving throughout nature, we want to be doing this kind of stuff all the time, really feeling into what is being asked of us, what ways we can be of assistance. Oh, I love that. Yeah, talking to the water within your well as well. As well. And really feeling that clearing, that activation as the water moves through. All right. So that was one thing I wanted to talk about. The other thing that I wanted to talk about with you all was the dragons and the importance of the dragons. So dragons have been coming through really, really powerfully. I just watched a really powerful channeling on Rising Phoenix Aurora's channel. She just got her YouTube channel back up and running again after another suspension. And she was doing a channeling of the Dragon Mother. And that was really, really beautiful. Niwa, I believe, was how you pronounce her name. And some beautiful messages there. And it was so perfectly timed. I had myself an aura regression recently. And the things that came through in that were not meant to be shared publicly. However, there was a powerful healing with the dragons, connecting with my dragon, bringing healing to the dragons, because dragons need healing too. Some of them there have been attempts to compromise them and have been wounded and affected by this nefarious archonic energy as well. And so, just sending that wave of healing to the dragons and really working with connecting with our personal dragons. We all have a personal dragon that is connected to our energy, that is almost like a twin flame in a sense, is like the way I'm feeling, like how deep this connection goes with our dragon. And with the dragons are some of the most ancient creatures, the dragons and the archangels being the first beings that were created by Source, Mother, Father, God, Daughter of the Flame, that trinity of energy that is creation, created the dragons and the archangels. And the dragons are very, very powerful beings. They do represent all of the elements. They are interwoven into all of creation because they are the elements themselves. And they hold immense power. They are powerful protectors and guardians as well. And so they're really wanting to step up and be recognized, to be known, and to reconnect with humanity, to assist us. They're always assisting us. It's just a lot of us, we haven't been as aware of that. And so they're really wanting to be brought into our awareness more so that we can consciously begin to work with them. So if you have not yet set that intention, you know, always shielded, of course, right? In your beautiful shielded love light barriers, protections. Set out that intention to connect with your personal dragon, to connect with the dragons, and to work with them. And when you're doing work, say for instance, we were talking about coming across the stagnant water and reactivating that water, we can utilize that, the dragons, and call in the dragons for that as well, right? Ask the dragons to assist in that process of cleansing and reactivating that water. When we see chemtrails in the skies, right? Ask the dragons to come through and clear that out of the skies. Right, sending the dragons to Hawaii, calling upon them. And really, the more that we can connect with their energy, the more empowered we become as well. Sending those waves of healing, as we said, to the dragons also. Just as they send healing to us every single day. There's a round table that I did with Rising Phoenix Aurora and some other beautiful, beautiful, powerful women we actually did it on Rumble, and I'm in the process of preparing that video so that I can share it on here for all of you. But you can go ahead to Rising Phoenix Aurora's Rumble channel and check that out. And it was so funny because even in that, one of the beautiful high priestesses that we were doing the roundtable with was sharing her own experience connecting with dragons. And so it's just, they're coming up everywhere. And during the live channeling that Aurora did yesterday, somebody brought up the fact that next year is the year of the dragon in Chinese zodiac. So the dragons really, really, I mean, they're coming in strong right now. Once I had that aura regression, I started seeing them everywhere. I actually began seeing them when I first began learning aura hypnosis healing, when I was in the process of beginning my training before I went out to Eureka Springs for that, which is a dragon birthing place, actually. I had the dragons coming and connecting with me. So once you open up that door, they're there, you know, because they've been there the whole time. It's just we haven't recognized them. We haven't perhaps noticed them. And when they're ready to connect with you, they will make themselves known. But we can begin to cultivate that relationship and really embrace that, because they are here. They are, like I said, it's almost like our connection with our personal dragon is almost like a twin flame. It's like they're part of our energy. And when we connect with them, we become that much more empowered. We become that much more sovereign and strong. And dragon fire is a powerful, powerful tool as well. And of course, like we said, they represent all the elements. They make up all of the elements. So you can see them in absolutely everything. So I wanted to just bring that into everyone's awareness, this energy of beginning to work with the dragons, of sending healing to the dragons, of connecting with them, and just bringing them into this process, right? We have so many allies in the etheric, in the non-physical. So really bringing focus to the ones that are ready to work with us. Yes, I love that, Evelyn. Of course you have. Of course you have. And this is definitely confirmation for anyone who's been called to work with the dragons more, or who has been wondering if the dragons have been reaching out to them. They absolutely have. Hello, Pete. Welcome. Hello, Sarah. Aurora Phoenix's website is risingphoenixaurora.com. And she has a YouTube, Rumble. It's all Rising Phoenix Aurora. If you look that up, all of the things will come up. I'm going to get ready. I think I'm going to be starting the Rumble channel here within the next couple weeks, because there's so much we need to talk about that is so difficult to talk about on YouTube. And they don't censor us at all on there. They're very soon here, depending on which timelines play out. There's going to be a lot that needs to be spoken and a lot that needs to be said that we say on here to an extent. But it's kind of the energy of like, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. And more people need to know. There needs to be more spoken about more clearly than I'm able to say things on here. I did get into more of the ins and outs of that a little bit in the last live stream we did on the 9/9. So go ahead and check that out for more information on that. We're not going to be getting into that. Just know that it is so imperative that we uphold our integrity, that we uphold those higher timelines, and that we stand in our sovereignty. And this is kind of, if depending on how these timelines play out, as we move through this month and the rest of the 2023 here, some of us are getting a second chance where perhaps we didn't stand in our sovereignty before. All right, that's all I'm going to say regarding that right now. Oh, sorry. It's weird stuff with the phone here. How do you know the color of your dragon? Carol asks, sit in meditation. See what comes to you. See what comes to you. Whatever your first thought was probably the color of your dragon. And I feel too like some of them can change color too. All right, gonna connect here. Trying to think if there's anything else before we hop into the card reading here. So this is really, as we're moving through, we talked about how these energies were opened up with that full blue moon, the super moon in Pisces, right? The quantum healing energies, these purification energies. And we're continuing to experience these energies as we move through this 9/9 portal. And then as we move through toward the new moon in Virgo. And that's going to be really powerful as well. We have a grand earth trine going on between the sun and the moon conjunct in Virgo. Pluto in Capricorn and Uranus in Taurus. And Jupiter is kind of on the outskirts, but Uranus very much involved in that. And so this is where each of these planets are trining each other, creating, what are they creating, you guys? A triangle. Mind, body, spirit. We've been talking so much about it. I just realized that when I'm doing this for you guys, I'm kind of holding up like, isn't they do the Illuminati kind of, it's like the triangle. They that's one of their hand signs that represents the Illuminati. See, they take everything and invert it, right? But the triangle is a very simple, beautiful, and powerful symbol, and it is the symbol of the mind, the body, and the spirit. So really working with that energy there. Right, think about the Merkaba. What is the Merkaba? It's two triangles, one right side up, one upside down. I mean, you could see it actually could be more, but we're looking at those two pyramids or triangles there. So yeah, very, very powerful symbolism and energy there. Some people may be drawn to working with geometric shapes right now too. I'm feeling that energy and just sacred geometry in general. So if you are feeling called to work with that, then absolutely work with that. And any of you guys who are like doodling right now, just know, I know this is really random, but you're not actually, it's like you're creating light language and drawing light language and things like that. So doodle away, however it is, whatever it is that you're feeling called to do, just know that it's beautiful. Yes, in the sense of McKenna, the Illuminati being like the enlightened ones or the illuminated ones, we could say that. When I was saying that, I was saying more the cabal, whatever you want to call them, the dark brotherhood, the cabal, there's been so many names for it. Sometimes we call them the archons, right? The controlling energies behind that. That's what I was thinking of when I was saying the Illuminati, right? Nobody really uses the word Illuminati anymore. We've kind of grown out of that, I think, which is interesting. Yeah, dark ones. Yep, exactly. And if you guys, my ears are popping like crazy right now, you guys. If you want to learn more about that energy, check out the what is really going on here. The AI inverted matrix live stream that we did. There was a lot of information in there regarding who these dark ones are and some of their agendas, right? Some of these ways that they try to keep us locked in these negative timelines. And so our job, right, especially where we're in this powerful quantum energy right now, I mean, it's always, right, energy is quantum, but artificial intelligence, AI, exactly, where we have this powerful nexus of energy really opening up this ability to tap into the quantum realm right now. We want to be really careful what timelines we're focusing on and what we're bringing into focus. All right, so when we hear about something that might be going on, a possibility of what's about to happen, we want to look at that, view it, bring it into our awareness, and then if it is not a timeline that we desire, emute ra, mutale emute ra, I do not consent. I do not consent. I see you. I do not consent to you. I fight and stand up for what is true. I fight for and stand up for what is true, what is real, what is love, right? And then we move on. That's it. That's it. We don't spend time stressing out about these things. We don't like obsess about it, right? Because when we do that, that's how we create these timelines. All right. Remember, whatever you want to call them, the AI, the dark ones, the cabal, the archons, they use us to create their negative timelines. They cannot come into fruition unless our attention is focused on them. This is why the news is such a powerful way for them to control us, right? They are creating this negativity by plugging us into it. So we need to unplug ourselves from it. We need to view it. We need to refuse to consent to it, but we don't play into it any more than that. You know what I mean? Hello, Third Eye Vision. Welcome. So that being said, create the things that you want right now. Clear. There's so much beautiful energy available for that. All right, let's get into the cards here. Tapping into this 9-9 portal themes, energies of this 9-9 portal. This portal of purification, cleansing, healing. We got into on the last live stream on the 9-9, the energy also of how 2025 is going to be a 9 year in the Muggle calendar. right? Next year, 2024. And so there's going to be something really significant with the 999. Like a real powerful closeout of energy there with the 999 portal in 2025. All right, that is also the year that the 13th key is going to be activated. 13th key, 13th seal, whatever you want to call it. So, I don't know, you guys. I don't make, what's the word I'm looking for here? Where you forecast the future, right? But I'm saying 2020, the next 2 years are going to be wild. Yes, so happy to be with you all as well on this beautiful portal, this beautiful cleansing, healing, purifying portal. I'll look at the card that flipped out there, the Empress with the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands came out. It might have been the reading that that I did that didn't record, that I tried to upload the other day, where the Page of Wands came out. But this is beautiful creational energy, right? The Empress and the Page of Wands. This is fresh, new energy. This is new excitement. All right? That's beautiful. I love that. And that's interesting, too, as we were talking about the 999, right? The closeout. And then this is very much, look at her belly here, right? The creation of the new earth energy, right? This is like celebrating our creations, too. Get this beautiful energy with the moon up here as well. See the lunar energy kind of like coming down. Let's see. Let's get some themes for this 9-9 portal. And this first half of September, I forgot we did. So we're looking really, that's why the original title was full moon to, or blue moon to new moon, because we're looking at this whole swath of energy here as we're moving through the next 2 weeks, which is, of course, also the rest of the bulk of Virgo season. Virgo season goes until the 23rd, and then, of course, we move into Libra season. The 23rd begins Libra season. And we have the 14th as Mercury stations retro, or stations direct. So yay for that, right? So we got the 8 of Wands here with the Ace of Cups. And this was inverted. I'm not really feeling it that way, though. I'm feeling like what I am feeling is that at some point there may have been delays in communication. Delays in, like, if we've been trying to create or manifest, there may have been delays. And remember, we're deep in retrograde season right now. Most of the planets are retrograde. We are having Mercury station direct, but pretty much everyone else except for Mars is still going to be retrograde, even when Mercury stations. Venus and Mars, right, our masculine and feminine energies, interestingly enough, are going to be direct. And then, of course, Mercury. So our most personal planets, right? But we still have all the rest in retrograde. So there is that slowdown. September is very much about the slowdown of energy. But if the energy is slowing down right now, it's because this is giving you an opportunity to get more in touch with your heart. More in touch with what it is that you truly want and desire. So really take this time, as retrograde season is meant to be, to reprioritize, to really connect with yourself, connect with your heart space, connect with what it is that you truly want and desire, your own fulfillment, self-care, practicing self-care. Virgo season is all about self-care, all about that 6th house, the concrete rituals that we can create, how we live our daily lives, how we apply the principles of self-care, the principles of self-mastery, self-love in our daily lives. So taking that time to focus on that. Any delays, we got the Chariot in reverse here too, right? Delays are meant to bring you deeper into your heart space and connect you with more of the truth of what it is that you want and desire. And there are some, I do feel for some people, though, there is going to be communication coming in the first half of this month. regarding something that your heart desires. For some, it's like you're still waiting for that communication. Yes. What do you work? What industry do you work in, Sarah? All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out here. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, so this is Spirit reminding you, if things aren't popping off the way that you would like them to right now, if things are developing more slowly than you would like, it's all part of the divine plan. Stay in your heart. Don't allow the circumstances around you to bring you out of your heart. All right, this is so important, this energy of staying in your heart space. Oh, yeah. Well, pizzas, the pizza industry is always booming, right? But I can definitely see pizza and wings. Those are like the two traditional football foods, right? I don't know. I was never much plugged into that scene. When I was younger, I attended a few Super Bowl parties, but that was more for the party aspect than it was really for the Super Bowl. So, yeah, allowing things to unfold in divine time here. Staying in your heart. Do not allow people, do not allow energies, do not allow circumstances to pull you out of your heart space. Remember, that's what everything in this world is designed to do, right? In this inverted matrix. It's all designed to pull you out of your heart. Get back in. Seven of Pentacles here. Spirit wants you to really think about, what am I growing? What am I creating? Where am I placing my energy? Because remember, what you focus on, where your attention goes, that's what grows. Being very specific with your intentions. We talked about that when we're talking about the energy of the water, right? Utilizing, working with the water. In everything that you do, be very intentional. All right? One of the ways that our energy is distorted, right, is that we are sort of trained to walk around like zombies, right? Kind of in a trance, doing everything on autopilot, always in distraction mode, listening to something else, thinking about something else, never fully present. All right. And when we are in this sense of, oh, this is interesting. So when we're in this autopilot state, just moving through our day, we're also, even though we don't recognize it, a lot of times we're in a theta brainwave. So we're really being programmed during that time when we're on autopilot, during that time when we're just kind of like floating through, almost like in a trance, in a daze. So we are being programmed all the time. And we're allowing it because we allow ourselves to walk around in this haze. So when you get really present, when you get really focused, when you are right here and you are very intentional with your energy, you are preventing more of that programming from sinking in as well. And when you allow yourself to go into the theta, take control of what you're doing in that energy. Really take control of your thoughts. All right? Use that as an opportunity to rewrite your own programming. But be really careful what you are listening to and what you are around when you allow yourself to slip into those states of autopilot and those trance-like states of like kind of here but kind of not. All right? Even things that seem benign, like music that you're listening to, the TV that's on in the background, all of the subliminals within that are downloading when you have that stuff in your awareness and you're in that altered type of state, because it is an altered state of consciousness. So that's really interesting too. So Spirit wants us to be really intentional and always working from and connecting with that heart space and reconnecting with that heart space and trusting in divine timing, understanding that anything that's going on right now is teaching us how to become more present in our hearts. Sow the seeds exactly, Krista. Hello, Diana Boss. Welcome, beautiful. Hello, Earth Angel. All right, anything else here? The Fool. New beginnings, leaps of faith. Beautiful energy there. I equate the Fool to Aries energy. The Empress, by the way, often known as Taurus energy, and the Lovers often representing Gemini energy. So we got the three first signs in the zodiac out here, interestingly enough. That energy of the 3 coming out again too. The Empress being the 3 card, the 6 being another multiple of 3, right? And what would be the next 3 card would be the Hermit, right? The Virgo card. That would be the 9. 9, 9, right? 3 times 3 equals 9. Trinity, tripled. So we're moving in that direction right now with these energies. So it's like a leap of faith being called for some people. And it's like there's a choice that needs to be made. The Lovers, for some people, this is representing love and a relationship, right? A divine soulmate connection, perhaps. Definitely for some. I'm going to read into that here in a second. But this is also just any choice or decision. There's a need right now. It's like the energy of surrender. This card embodies surrender so well, right? And notice what she about to fall into a pool of water. Working with that energy of water again. Holding that beautiful crystal as well. So it's like, and we had talked about the sacred geometry. See what's in the water here. Surrendering, control, taking that leap of faith, having that courage, that trust. There's a powerful choice point here for some. That really it's a risk. There's a leap of faith required here. And some of you guys, it's like for those that it is relating to love and a divine soulmate connection. I feel like this person is speaking to you very powerfully in the astral realms, in the non-physical, through your intuition, through meditation, dreams. For some of you guys, I feel like for somebody watching this, you have not recognized this person in the physical yet, but you're about to. You're about to recognize who they are to you. And then there's going to be a choice that needs to be made. And it's going to require, it's going to require a leap of faith. We have the Star, right? Beautiful healing, trust, vulnerability. It's another thing that the Star card represents. But the 6 of Wands, this is recognition. This is triumph. And for some people, this is saying like, take that leap of faith, have that trust. This is like a leap of faith when it comes to your dreams. Take that gamble. Choose yourself. It's like choose the path laid out for you by your higher self. And there's so much success. That's really the only path of true success, right? Got the 2 of Wands here. Choices, decisions, options, right? Once again, it feels like dreams, though. This is very much with the Six of Swords here and then the Seven of Swords. This message is especially relevant for those of us who have talked ourselves out of our dreams before, who've convinced ourselves that we couldn't have what it is that we want. Spirit's saying the only thing standing between you and the life that you want to live is you. So it's like getting out of this, moving out of this energy of self-deception and manipulation. Anything else here? Powerful healing. And this is where some of us are right now. And this is, if this is where you find yourself right now, really curled up, healing your heart, resting, rejuvenating, restoring yourself, that's exactly where you're meant to be. Allow for that process, right? Don't try to force yourself out of the cocoon before you're ready. All right? If the butterfly did that, it would never be able to fly. All right? Stay in your healing process for as long as it's necessary, but also be able to recognize when it's time to leave the nest. All right? And how do we know that? How do we recognize that? By tapping into, once again, another card that for me represents the higher self, right? I want to pull for you guys now, actually, a couple, or at least one. Let's see if I can get this out here. Lightworkers Oracle card. What other messages do we have for the 9-9? Clear. Let's get a couple messages here. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Galactic Elf. Choose what is good for our souls. Just stay in alignment with our soul, right? Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Sarah. Right? It is kind of scary, right? Because we're waiting. Still, there's part of us that's still waiting for that other shoe to drop. But the healing comes in the ability to be open and vulnerable despite that fear, right? But also to know and remember that no matter what happens, we're good. Right? Because we've proved that to ourselves time and again. We got card number 44 here, the 7th ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. Alchemical mutation on the bottom of the deck, and this is the card for ascension. All right. And the 6th ray of devotion coming out. Oh, so we got the 6th and the 7th ray. I like that. Oh, wow. So interesting that we got the 5th ray of intellectual knowledge. So 5, 6, 7, but in reverse here, they came out 7, 6, 5. And then divine talents. So we have a lot of, to sum this up really, I would say we have a lot of powerful energies coming through right now to assist us. And part of the way to connect with these rays of energy, which are all assisting us in stepping into embracing, uncovering, or rediscovering, rather, our divine talents. One way to really tap into this energy is through ceremony and ritual. And remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be like lighting specific colored candles and whispering incantations and mixing different herbs and things like that, right? It can be. And if that resonates with you, then absolutely, right? All within, of course, proper love light shielding. However, this could also be, this is a reminder to us that every little thing that we do is a ritual. All right? Our daily habits are rituals. All right, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? What does your morning routine look like? What does your nighttime routine look like? All right, all of these things, these rituals, these are rituals. All right, and if they're not benefiting us, now is the time to switch that up. Now is the time to change that. And now is also the time to look at those for what they are, as those rituals, as those ceremonies. All right? And to really honor that and once again, become more present with that. Don't just get on autopilot and go through the motions every morning in your ritual, right? If it's not benefiting you, choose a new one. All right, and like we said, pay attention to what you're listening to or what you're allowing into your awareness when you are in this theta state, right, in the mornings or the evenings or whenever. I want to see if there's anything else I want to read or anything I want to read. Seventh ray resonates with Archangel Zadkiel and the violet light frequency. Helps to transmute energy from lower to higher frequency. It is a spiritual cleansing agent, right? Talking about the portal of purification here that allows the truth of spiritual freedom, empowerment, and choice to be seen and felt, restoring hope and joy to the heart. Once again, we get that energy of connecting back in with the heart space, right? I love that. Empowerment and choice. All right, this is a dimension of free will. This is an experience of free will. Everything is a choice. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. The seventh ray is the push-pull between the old and the new. The life that has been and can no longer continue in that form, and the new life that wants to evolve from the old. And this is exactly where our planet's at right now, right? When the seventh ray enters your life, you are asked to balance your attachment to what has been with an openness to the new. So this is assisting us as we are releasing the old, as we are closing out those major cycles, right? And the next 2 years as we move through toward that 999, right, in 2025, major, this is really each 9-9 that we experience moving through toward then is going to be another level, another layer of closeouts leading up to this ultimate closeout here. All right, which could, who knows, maybe this is the ultimate closeout of this 3D reality for those of us who are ready and choose to ascend. Remember, also a choice. The seventh ray also creates form from invisible, intangible, spiritual energy. Oh, wait, let me back up here. It is time to fearlessly question what has been, honor what continues to hold value for you, and dismiss what no longer serves you. Seventh ray also creates from the invisible, intangible, spiritual energy. These are the inspired solutions and synchronicities that seem to come out of nowhere, and we've been talking about how these are going to be presenting to us for weeks now, right? This energy is continuing. Ever since that new moon in Leo, really, we've been feeling this energy. They are signs of the divine order happening. The seventh ray brings an alignment with that divine order, and the more you are willing to invoke and allow that energy to bless you, the more your life will align itself with the genius of creativity, solutions, and loving opportunities the universe wants to bring to your world. The gifts of order, ritual, and ceremony are ways to attract this energy. Conscious ceremony. This is what we've been talking about, conscious ceremony. Done in service to unconditional divine love. Feeds a need for sacred embodiment. And remember, like we said, everything can become a conscious ceremony when we become conscious. It is the hunger within the soul that many seek to feed through religion, and others through the less conscious rituals of addiction. Ritual can be something that keeps you stuck or that opens you to the sacred. And so that's what each one of us is charged with right now. Looking at our lives, looking at the different rituals that we have created. Does this serve me? Does this keep me stuck? Or does this open me up to the sacred? Choosing a spiritual practice to engage on a regular basis, creating your own spiritual system, will help you call the genius of the seventh ray energy into your life. And it goes through all the different ways that we can create spiritual practice and ritual, right? All the different ways that we can invite spirit into our life, into every single moment of our lives is really what we're being called to do right now. The challenge with the seventh ray is not to become obsessed with the future, with the new, to the extent that you forget about the valuable aspects of what already is. It is about developing what has value, not rejecting outright anything from the past. The past can teach us wisdom and help us create a more loving future, if we allow ourselves to balance our passion for the future with a respect for what has been. The gift of the seventh ray is the ability to live as an embodied divine presence. For humans who don't trust or even recognize the love of the divine in their hearts as yet, those who do are great supporters. The seventh ray empowers us to use loving ritual to invite divine presence to fill us and our lives. It also teaches us how to use our consciousness to clean up our own energy field and the energy field of the world around us, so the divine can show its face more clearly. The comfort of this can help free all beings from anguish and suffering. How beautiful and how perfect, right? All right, working with Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel with this violet flame energy, this seventh ray. Sixth ray of devotion. This is really, I'm feeling this as tapping more deeply into our heart space, right? What we just talked about. Bestows the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of feeling. It is a gift of the strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. When the sixth ray of devotion appears, you are being given guidance that even if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. The Archangel Uriel helps you receive the blessing of the sixth ray now. And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about collectively choosing the timelines that we wish to create. When we're talking about removing ourselves out of inverted timelines, viewing the inverted timelines that they are seeking to create right now and dismissing those, not consenting to those. Choosing what we focus on. We may not feel, as one individual, may not feel that we have much worldly power in the sense of, I don't feel like I can change all of this. Like we see the freight train coming and we're like, I'm one person. I can't move this train on my own. But you're not doing it on your own. We are all together united in this energy. And it's when each individual realizes their power and decides to exercise that power, because we are actually all connected. Like it's, I don't know if what I'm trying to say right now is being fully understood, but it's like each of us holds so much more power than we realize. And together, collectively, the amount of power that we hold is like unfathomable. All right. So we may feel little and insignificant, and like us standing in our sovereignty, like has very little impact when the world in general is giving away their sovereignty, right? But that it has so much more impact than we know. All right. The power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. All right. You are being given a gift of the strength to move mountains for what you love, for what you believe in, for the truth that exists within your heart. And this is what we're all going to be asked to do, to come together to collectively move these mountains, to collectively say no. Emute Ra, I do not consent. We do not consent, right? We do not choose this. We choose that. We choose love. We choose truth. We choose harmony and beauty. We choose sovereignty. We choose freedom. And the gift of seeing and understanding what freedom truly looks like and feels like, right? Remember, it's not just about one thing. It's not just how it looks. It's how it looks, at how it sounds, how it feels. The feeling being the most important, all right? Because there's a lot of bullshit out there that looks good and sounds good. But in your heart of hearts, does it truly feel good? Within your heart. Not does it stroke your ego. Not does it validate you. But does it feel good? Does it feel right? Does it resonate? All right. A lot of us mistake resonance for that which strokes our ego. All right, because we aren't fully clear on all the different ways that our egos can be stroked. All right. All right, let's see here. Anything else that we want to know about this? The sixth ray reminds you of the power of love, which can conquer anything and everything. Love is an empowering, motivating force far stronger than fear. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to bear burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. The sixth ray blesses you with spiritual stubbornness and sacred rebellion against any odds. This is beautiful. All right. This is what we're talking about here. You will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower to keep working toward your dream, overcoming any obstacle until you are divinely successful. It is serving your soul growth and will help you develop faith in your principles and trust in the power of your beliefs. And this is the other part that we have been talking about as well. I don't know if this came out. This may have come up in the reading that did not get uploaded. But it was this importance in, it says here, the challenge with the sixth ray is not to become so anchored in your beliefs that you become fanatical, judging others because their beliefs are different. And so what came through was that something that a lot of us need to become aware of is that we are actually being much more closed-minded than we realize. And we have become so dogmatic in our new beliefs that we are actually being blinded. It's like we have blinders on and we can't even recognize because they're like self-righteous blinders. Blinders based on, once again, it's based in ego in a way that we have become unconscious to. We can't see it for ourselves. And so for many of us, Spirit is trying to show us this during this time period here. To show us where our new righteous beliefs may have turned into blinders, may have prevented us from seeing the truth all around us. Because we are so entrenched in our new belief system. It's become like a cage, like a prison. It's like we broke out of one prison just to become locked in a new one. Let's see. You can be unwavering in your adherence to your belief system and yet honor the fact that there are as many paths to divine union as there are people. That the ways the universe calls you home to love are unlimited. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their own path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of this ray is to share your truth with an open heart and an open mind. Share without agenda, right? And don't share expecting any particular person to hear. All right? We don't get to decide who hears and resonates with our message. That's not up to us. We're simply the vessel. We're simply the tool we are simply the voice for that energy, for that viewpoint, for that perspective. Let's see. For those working with this energy, the power of mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects or practice balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness, so you don't become harsh or despairing if things appear to not be working out the way you believe they should. Then your faith can remind you love always finds a way. And so Archangel Uriel is the archangel we want to connect with this ray. Let's see. Uriel brings healing energy and an ability to cause real effect in the physical world with your mental and emotional power. Remember, you are here to shine your light. Others can choose to use your light to see by until they are ready to discover their own light, or not. It is not anything you need to worry about. Simply live your truth, trust in your heartfelt beliefs, and devote yourself to love. All right. And this also, the sixth ray calls us to hold the healing power of love in our hearts for all those who are evolving through a life experience involving religious practice. All right. A lot of times we condemn people who are connected to a specific religious path, right? We look down on them. Not all of us, but some of us, when we begin to spiritually awaken, right? One of my favorite quotes is, religion is somebody else's experience. Spirituality is my own. And then my other favorite being, religion is for people who are afraid of hell. Spirituality is for people who've been through it. Of course, we all know that the real hell is here in the 3D, right? In this inverted AI matrix. There is no hell aside from that, right? And the archonic universe, perhaps. But we won't get into that in this live stream. All right. And that's why this this AI inverted matrix is so close to that, right? Because they are attempting to turn it into a place quite like their own. Like I said, whole different live stream there. If you guys want to touch into some of those energies, like I said, check out the what is really going on here, the AI inverted matrix live stream that we did. What do I want to say here about this? Anything else? I did want to say something. I'm trying to feel into what it was. Oh yeah, having compassion, right? And understanding like there are nuggets of truth nestled into all religion. All right. There's a lot of inversion that's created, that was placed there in order to control people, right? In order to feed off of their light, their energy, right? Because think, when we worship something, we are giving that something our power. We're giving it our light. All right. And so you can think about these energies, these entities that are behind this worship, literally just sucking up our light like they're sucking it through a straw. All right. As we are worshiping them. And this is true for pretty much any religion, right? There is that energy. All right. It's really, really yucky energy. There is still truth. There's enough truth sprinkled in there to get people to resonate, right? To get people to connect. And this is what all false light teachings do and all false light teachers do. All right. They speak much truth, but they sprinkle in the lies. And because there is so much truth there, we don't recognize the lies. It's a way to like, kind of get past our defenses, right? Because we are resonating in our hearts. And so the stuff that is untrue, we don't, it just slides by, it slides in. All right. And so, but there's a lot of people who connect, they feel into, a lot of people who connect with these major world religions. They're not bad people, right? And who are we to look down on them and think that we are smarter or better or whatever we want to say, just because we feel we figured out something they haven't yet. All right. There are aspects of them that are resonating with the beauty, with the truth within the things that they believe. All right. And yes, they are still being shepherded down the path of lies, but they're being led. The thing that is leading many within their hearts are those ribbons of truth. All right. And so to have compassion, to have love for that, and everyone's journeys with that. All right. And to not allow our own new spiritual beliefs to become our own religion, right? Our own dogma that blinds us to truth. That where we become so committed to a storyline, to a guru, to a whatever, right? That we become unable to see and hear and recognize when something is off. When we become unable to continue to grow and expand, our growth and expansion halts because we're so entrenched in one specific ideology, right? And to have compassion for all those who are in that place. And the pain, when you have such a deep belief in something, and this goes beyond religion, right? This goes into the world in general, right? When we begin to wake up, we realize that everything we've ever been told is a lie, right? At least 90% of it. That's a tough pill to swallow. When we have to really look at the fact that those who we placed or allowed in places of power that were supposed to take care of us are harming us, right? When all of this illusion begins to crumble, that's a really scary, painful place to be, because we believed this as truth. This was our reality. So we have to have compassion for that process, the crumbling that's going on for so many people in all the different ways. Hello, Side Cash Talks. Not sure I fully understand that comment. Yes, but we always, right, Galactic Elf, we always prosper in love. So, yeah, just having love and compassion for that. And for everyone at every point where they're at in their own journey, right? And then with the ray of intellectual knowledge here, is there anything? I think that's going to, I think divine talents is pretty self-explanatory. All right. So the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge as we're moving down through these energies. This is so perfect, you guys, how these all work in together, right? The fifth ray of intellectual knowledge has come to you as a spiritual gift. You are being given the ability to find information you need, understand systems that impact your life, and find clarity in any issue that has seemed unclear or overwhelming. You shall sort the truth from the lies and learn what you need to know. The Archangel Raphael now assists you in integrating the blessings of the fifth ray. All right. So when we begin to question, when we are attempting to find the truth within the lies, just like we were just talking about, the fifth ray and Archangel Raphael can be of assistance, helping us to develop our discernment. All right. To navigate the illusions. Seeing and discovering the truth. In all aspects. Let's see. And then I love this because this plays right into what we were talking about with the Virgo season as well. The fifth ray has a special connection to the world of science. Therefore, you are encouraged to be an observer in your life, to experiment with what does and does not work for you. So that experimenting, and then it talks about creating habits and routines, just like we were just talking about. So perfect. So really having this beautiful gift of discernment right now, this beautiful gift of transformation, of tapping into our heart space, that ability to move mountains, right? To stand in our truth and our sovereignty. This is powerful, powerful stuff, you guys. And as we said, all of these rays and all of this assistance coming through together in order to assist us as we continue to move along the path of our Dharma, right? As we continue to step into ourselves, into our gifts, into our truth, and share that with the world. All right. I think that's going to be it for this live stream, you guys. I know that in the reading that did not get recorded, when I pulled the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle cards, I'm feeling like this is the closing for today, is what I'm feeling. So I'm not going to pull from there today. I know a lot of Arcturian energy had come through for that too. A lot of energy representing the Akashic, right? Closing out, and that's all has to do with the closing out of the cycles like we've been talking about. Really in some final swirls of that energy as we move toward the 999, right? 2025. But the Arcturian energy, I feel like I do want to mention briefly, just some people may be working with that, or you may be feeling that connection to the Arcturians. And so there's confirmation there regarding that, and regarding them wanting to be of great assistance to humanity at this time as we're moving through this portal. 999, yes. So the 999 energy will be 2025. 2025 being a 9 year. So September 9th, 2025 will be 999. And so that's an ultimate, there's a powerful closeout of energy going on there. That's also going to be when the 13th key is fully activated. The 12, 13 sacred keys, laws of the universe, all rise up, connecting to different ley lines around the planet. They've begun, sort of like seals, they've begun activating since 2012. And there are 13 of them. And Rising Phoenix Aurora talks in detail about this. According to the Gregorian calendar, this was an 11 year. We had the 11th key that just activated, the Shambhala key in Tibet. I went into this in one of the live streams that I did. I talked about it. It would have been one of the Lionsgate live streams. So you can check out the Lionsgate live stream. You could also check out her channel if you want to learn more about that. And so it really, flat earth rubbish. It depends on the perspective that you're viewing from, right? There is a perspective that says that as we descended from a fifth dimensional crystalline matrix and planet, right, down to a 3-dimensional, that we that what was once round became flat. There is that possibility, that perspective. All right. So there really is a perspective that there's both at the same time. That we are, many say, yeah, there are people, Rising Phoenix, Aurora being one, who are remote viewing and seeing what this actually looks like. Really like a flat plane with a dome on the top and a dome on the bottom. And that is for everyone to sort of feel into with their own resonance. But anyone who's curious about that, Aurora does on Rumble, she does a series, remote viewing the lands of Antarctica. And it's pretty fascinating. And in that, she talks about the ice wall that sort of like separates us from the rest of from everything, which exists in these infinite creative waters. It's quite fascinating. So anyone who's curious about that, Antarctica, all of that, she does a really interesting series on that. I'm not really getting into all of that on here. I will say, though, I think it's really funny how the more we open up and awaken, the more things that once sounded insane begin to sound more plausible, right? Is it really insane? Or is our original picture of reality the insane one? I don't know. This is all for everyone to discover for themselves. I'm not going to tell anybody what to believe. I'm not going to tell anybody that I know what's what, right? I have my own perspective. I am extremely open, you know? This is what I mean about like allowing ourselves to look at everything from that open-minded context. I'm not going to say whether it is or it isn't. How the hell do I know? You know what I mean? How do I know? Oh, it's good stuff. All right, you guys. I love you. I honor you. I respect you. I hope that you have a beautiful 9/9. Go ahead. If some of you guys want to set that time in meditation. Is the earth flat or not? What's really going on here? What is beyond the walls of Antarctica? Are there actually ice walls separating us from everything, right? Are we within a dome? Right? Are we quarantined within a dome? Who knows? Questions. Happy searching, you guys. I will talk to you all very, very soon. If you want to donate, there are links for that. If you want to set up a one-on-one session with me on aura, past life, quantum healing, hypnosis regression session, entity removal session, tarot reading, astrology reading, any of the stuff that I do, Bell Vespita healing, my website is in the description box below. I think it uploads on the live streams. If not, it's in the description box of all of my regularly uploaded videos as well as my email. So please do reach out to me. Right. Yes, but what are you seeing when you look up and you see that beautiful dome, right? What is that really? And so my thing is, just to go on this for another second, is anything really circular or flat? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, I don't know, like what I'm thinking of right now is like quantum theory, when they talk about how nothing exists until you look at it and bring your focus to it. Or like, I think, did anybody ever see, there was a really fascinating movie. It was called What the Bleep Do We Know? Down the Rabbit Hole. And it talks about, it tries to put like quantum theory and quantum mechanics into understandable terms. And they talk about, they have this one scene where they're bouncing a basketball and there's like 1 billion basketballs all bouncing in all of these different, what we would now call timelines or dimensions. But the only one that they can physically catch is the one that they look at. So I don't know. It's like, is anything only one thing? I don't know. I don't necessarily think so. I also think, and it's not always a very popular opinion, because I know a lot of people, it's like we want to, our human minds want to believe that we have the capability to understand everything, right? And that we can put things into contexts that make sense, that everything can be put into a context that makes sense. There's a lot of stuff that simply can't be from our level of perception. All right. Even as we expand, we can only expand so much. This limited human brain, right? This within this construct and all the frames of reference that we have, there's so much that we have zero capacity to understand, and we never will understand in this lifetime, right? Perhaps maybe once when we move upward, and if you want to call it up, right? If you want to give it a direction, as we move into the 5th and 6th dimension and all of that, perhaps we will definitely understand more, right? But for right now, I focus on what is right in front of us right now. What are we dealing with? What can we do in this moment? Right? What's our purpose and our goal right now? All right. How are we fulfilling what we're meant to do right now with the level of understanding that we're at? And sometimes like I could lose myself completely trying to like float off into all these understandings of all these complex things that my puny human brain is just ill-equipped to deal with. Or I can just be right here with what's going on right now, evolving at the level that my mind, my body, my spirit are ready to evolve in. So that's what I do most of the time. Clear. You know, it's like I'm much more of the mind of like, all right, let's heal the trauma, and let's heal these limiting belief systems and this trauma, and let's grow and raise our vibration and get rid of all these entities and all of these drags on our energy, all these parasites, right? And align with a higher timeline. And I'll leave some of the all of these more complex understandings of the universe to others, just trusting that like within the truth of who I am, like within my ultimate I am presence, right? My higher self understands all of that, right? Kassia right now, she's just doing what she can to be the best version of herself, making it through the day. It is exactly like McKenna said, right? It's still a 3D experience for now in many ways. Moving beyond, right? But at the level that we're ready and able. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.